Hey, hey, Joey. It's good to see you. Slow day, huh? I feel like it's a Monday. Oh my goodness. You guys see okay and hear okay? Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, Rebel. Hey, Kathy. Thank you for the thumbs up, Kathy. I appreciate that. Okay, no big deal. Life happens. You got to do that, right? Do that adulting thing. Oh my gosh. Hey, Mousy Deb. How are you? Oh, thank you. I'm going to kind of show that off a little bit. Okay, that's weird. Apparently, I turned on another video on my phone. I got to move that thing. Oops. You know what? Uh-oh. Yeah, was having a top chat party there for a second. Sorry, guys. It happens. Goodness. Thank you, Starbuck. Yeah, I like stones. I'm kind of a rock person. I have a whole table with two stacked shelves in my living room full of rocks and geodes and spheres and all kinds of stuff, and I absolutely love it. I've got this sitting on my desk. It's a smoky citrine with phantoms, and it's I didn't pay that much for it. I bought it a couple of years ago, but there's a wholesale place right up the road, and literally it's like 4 miles away, which is really, really dangerous for me. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the, let's see if I can situate it so you guys can see the phantoms. There they are. Those little lines right there, those are like extensions of another crystal that is inside of this crystal. So that's a phantom. But yeah, I studied a lot about crystals. But yeah, it's a smoky citrine, and it's like totally cool because I can set it up and it just stands. Really cool. But I keep it on my desk here. I'm in the kitchen. This is our dining room table, and I've taken it over with all of my crafty stuff. In the second room, yes, I have another room full of crafty stuff. I'm terrible. Yeah, they are pretty. Yeah, geodes are really neat. My father, when we lived in Oregon, he apparently had a whole bunch of them, and my mom said he had them all over the yard, and he just kind of left them in the yard. She said he called them thunder eggs, which was kind of cool. So I grew up with the term thunder eggs instead of geodes. Happy Tuesday, May. Oh my God, you guys were so freaking funny this morning. Oh my gosh. And yeah, you know what? Those little socks were perfect because pizza is my friend. I would love a pair of socks that says bring me pizza. Yeah, Joey, it is kind of like heaven. I have a whole bunch of I used to work at the wholesale rock stone geode place up the street. I worked there for about a year and a half before I got sick, and man, that was a good job. I loved it. It was hard work, but boy, it was fun. And I got to be around rocks all day long. I got first view of everything that came in. Of course, we didn't get to set anything aside because the only person that could really do that was the owner and his wife, of course. But yeah, they had stuff on a back shelf that the pick of the crop, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, May. Oh my gosh. I think everybody liked it. I don't think there was anybody that didn't laugh at least a little. You know, your face hurts after you've been smiling that long. And it was 4 a.m. when you guys started, and I was already up because I had a very early well, let's just say I had to get up. And then when I went and laid back down, I couldn't get back to sleep. And I looked at my phone because that's what I do in the morning when I can't sleep or in the middle of the night. So I'm laying there and I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, they're on. So I got up and put my headphones on and turned on my computer and all that. And my husband got up like at, I don't know, 4:45 or something. And he's like, what are you doing? So that was kind of cool. I was up for it. That's a rare occasion. Hey, Pat, good to see you. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't miss it because I missed the last one and everybody was talking about it and said you guys were so funny. And who doesn't want to laugh, right? Okay, well, it looks like we got a full house, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. These are necklaces that I've made, and this one is called a fawn stone. There we go. It's really beautiful. And a friend of mine actually makes these cabochons. This is wrapped in silver and gold filled wire because gold wire is way too expensive, I feel, for people who want to buy that kind of stuff. But yeah, I put this together. And the chain is not gold. The chain is plated, but it's complimentary. All my stuff comes with chains as far as I can do. And then this one, of course, everybody kind of knows what that is. That's a crystal. And that I did the wrap on that too. It can be worn with either side out. This one or that one, but that one's got the little double curl on it. And I really have a good time making these. They're super cool. And this is a raw Brazilian crystal. I didn't polish it. It just came that way. So yeah, but one of the tutorials I'm planning on doing in the future is how to make this wrap because it's not really, really difficult, but it's a little time consuming. So I kind of wanted to share that with you guys because if you guys can make your own jewelry, you know, it's way, way less expensive than trying to buy some. So yeah, but I mean, and I'll tell you in advance what you need before we do it. And if you want to order stuff, I have a couple places online where you can order wire and you can just order a base metal like copper or brass, and it's really inexpensive, but it works just as well. And copper, I'm sorry, but I think copper is just an absolutely gorgeous metal. Even if it does patina, you know, get that blue tarnish on it, after a while, I still think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So, but that's one of the tutorials that I have planned for the future is to make those pendants. And it will require you to get, oh, there's a kind of a little rainbow in that crystal. Anyway, it will require you to find a stone. And, you know, it doesn't have to be any super special stone. There are places online you can buy stone. I have crystals in my online store at redravenscauldron.com. But it's you don't have to buy it there. Please don't feel obligated. You could go in your backyard and pick out a rock that's got angles on it, something that is rectangular or squarish, because they are much easier to wrap than a rounded one. And I highly recommend starting off with something that's angular and square or rectangular, because it's just way easier. So, but anyway, yeah, definitely want to get to that tutorial sometime soon in the future. And yes, Pat, the water drop tutorial, although that one isn't, I was looking at my list last night, and that one isn't quite as close to the stuff I'm going to do soon as probably as you would like it, but I'm sorry. Oh, let's see who else. Cora Beth. Hi, Cora Beth. Wizard? Oh, goodness. Announcement. Don't forget about the Spooktober Color-a-thon at the end of October, on the weekend of the 25th. I know you guys keep hearing this. I'm not sure if they have any open spots or not in yet. I don't think the official final schedule has come out yet, because it's too far in advance. But you know, I'm going to be there. Lots of talented streamers are going to be there. Lots of talented streamers aren't going to be streaming, but you can always join in. More the merrier, right? So anyway, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And I really, really want to finish a significant part of it today, because I don't want to go past today with this. I want to finish our Victorian color-a-thon picture, this one that we started for the Victorian color-a-thon, and we didn't really get very far. We got the skin and some of the clothing, but I wanted to get restarted on this one. Kathy, a specific site I buy my geodes. No, if I'm going to buy a geode, I just go up the street and buy one at the place, the wholesale place, because I don't have to pay shipping, and that kind of makes sense. There is a place called Crystal Magnetics. I believe it's called Crystal Magnetics. There's an Etsy store, and the guy has a lot of really good stones, and he doesn't charge astronomical prices for them. So you might want to check that out. He also has a Facebook page, Crystal Magnetics, I believe it's called. So try that one out, and you might also do just a search. I don't know, for like wholesale geodes. Problem is that when you buy wholesale geodes, generally if you're buying them online, you have to get like a quantity, like, you know, a flat or something, and it's just ridiculous. And if you're not a business, it's undoable. It's not doable, because it's a lot to pay initially. So yeah, but yeah, try that guy out and see what he's got. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I thought I'd do her dress. I had a request. Nick and Tina requested a red dress, and I thought that was a good idea, because we've got like a greenish castle, and there's green in the castle, so we'll do the red. Anybody know why we're gonna do red? Who can give me the answer? Why did I pick red if this is greenish? Yay, Rebel. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my lightest color. And this lightest color is a permanent red, PC 122. And my husband was like, permanent as opposed to temporary? What does that mean? And I was like, I don't know. That's like process. I don't know what process in the name process red really refers to. So I don't know. And it doesn't matter. It's a color, and that's what we call it. Contrast, yes, Joey. It makes a great contrast. Complementary colors contrast each other very, very well. Yep. So what's everybody coloring? Is anybody coloring anything cool? I'm going to go over this whole thing with the lightest color, just to give it like a good red base. So it's going to look funky for a minute. And remember, our light source is coming from, where did I have it? It was coming from over here. So this is going to be lighter anyway. And unfortunately, we've got a lot of really heavy grayscale right here. That's okay. I think we can manage. It might look a little weird shadow-wise, but yeah. I like to put it so it doesn't matter to me. Hello, Helen Evans. Hi there. Good to see you. Diane, hi. Wow, you guys, thanks for coming along on our little coloring journey. Wonderful. So I'm just putting a base of permanent red right here because her dress is going to be red. And we're going to go a little bit of red up here. We've already put a shadow in there, so it's a little bit darker, but I'm going to put more darker red right there. And I colored over her hair. Oh, well, that's okay. And a little bit of the dress here, which is going to be very shadowed because this is the underside of the fabric. It's going to be shadowed closer to her leg more than it is out here because there's less light being allowed to bounce around down inside of here. Yeah, there we go there. That looks good. Yep. And let's see. Where's my second darkest red is in need of sharpening. Oh, thank you, Helen. Hey, I think if I did it right, the link to ZAN VON ZED's Etsy store where you can find this image is in the description of the video. If I did it right, I neglected to check it before I clicked live, so it may or may not be there. But if it's not, I can always add it later. So, but it's under ZAN VON ZED. It's not a different. Okay, cool. Bad joke. Joey, bad joke, good joke. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go over this and brighten it up because I want her dress to be nice and bright. Nice and bright. And I was thinking about making all of these little dots here, the jewels, gold. Because I just think it would go nicely with the color, the background colors too. And then with the having the sky being blue. The water is going to probably be turquoise. So just so you know that, if you want to color the same image the way that I'm coloring it, the turquoise is probably what I'm going to pick for that. So we've got darker, brighter. And did I mention this is Scarlet Lake PC 123, Scarlet Lake. Just looking at chat. So I've been thinking about, you guys, I don't know how many of you visit Emily's live stream. If you don't, you should, because she's awesome. She's teaching people how to draw the, draw like Johanna Basford. And yes, that's how she says her name. If you watch her videos, that's how she says it, Johanna. So, and I didn't realize she was Scottish or Irish. That was kind of cool. So, yeah, but anyway, what was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, well, yeah, go visit Emily. Emily Illustrator, and she has a Facebook page too. She's also got, if you remember on the Facebook page, she's got a whole bunch of downloadable stuff, including swatch charts. And that is awesome because she just has them there for her page people, her page group members. And I think that's really cool because they're free, you know? And there's some that she's got them named, but I think there's some blank ones that don't have names that you can use also, you know, for whatever you have. Like I have a book with my stuff in it, but there are blank pages in that one too. And I've just filled them for what I have. So yeah. But it's always cool when you can get them for free. Still, I recommend, you know, going and visiting her stream if you want to learn how to draw. Inky, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly type of stuff. It's awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color more of this brighter red out here by the side because there's going to be more light out here. So there's going to be more pigment that shows. So that's going to go out there. And then this, I'm going to color more brighter red out toward the outside. Even though that looks like it's under her hair, it's still going to be lit a little bit better than this back here. Okay. So there's that. Now the next darkest one is, I think, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of Crimson Lake 925. And look at this, guys. Isn't this cool? This pencil is like old. My mom, it's from my mom's set. It's a barrel, see? They're pretty cool, huh? And yeah, they're different. They're a little bit different than the newer ones. It seems like they're creamier and that the wood is better. Don't know for sure. You know, I haven't tested them all side by side. What I'm going to do here is we've got a little bit of a shadow where this tucks underneath her bottom right there. I'm going to color that up a little bit darker. And I'm going to come in with another darker pencil and do a little bit more shadow right there. Because she's kind of turned, which is why she's got these folds back here. She's kind of turned, so her garment is folding up a little bit right there. Oh my gosh, were you guys watching Sammy this morning when she was coloring the wolf dog? Oh wow, that turned out so good. That dog looked real. I mean, it looked like you could just reach out and touch it. Pat him on the head. Thought that was so nice, so well done. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go dark in here. And yeah, I'm going to go over this part also with the next darkest color that I have chosen for this picture. Yeah, Rebel, they were. That she's just really, really good at that. So we've got a little dark. Can you guys? Oh shoot! Somebody should have hollered at me. I was out of screen. Don't feel shy. Don't be shy. Holler at me if I'm out of screen. This is a little ruffle, a little fold sort of right here. I'm going to go in there with some dark, darken this part up a little bit, and then there's a little tiny wrinkle there. And then I'm going to go in here in this little corner right here with darker. And while I have this, I'm going to color this. See the shaded part on her lip right here? I'm going to color just a little bit of dark red in there just to give it a base shadow, because her lips are not going to be bright red, but she needs some darker stuff right there. Okay. Now the last color I have is Tuscan Red. Tuscan Red is 937, and that is going to go like in the middle of this spot here. Oh, it's almost a nub, huh? My mods don't work? What do you mean, May? Hey, Shannon. It's good to see you. Hi, Beth Ann. My mods don't work. I have a troll. All right, well. Can we not do this, please? I don't know who she was talking about, Pat, and I'm not going to make a guess because I don't have enough information for that. But can we just leave the drama out of it? That's one of my rules. This is supposed to be a drama-free area. It's for coloring, for chatting, and it's supposed to be safe. So can we just, like, you know, if there's a troll, I'll handle it. If no one else can. If there's a troll, like I said, I'll handle it. If no one else can, if the mods aren't working, then I'll do it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. All I can say is, well, you know, they got too much time on their hands or something. I don't know. Not too worried about it, really. Trolls need love too. Oh, golly. Anyway, so I'm darkening up this little spot here. And I probably should sharpen that, but I'm almost done with this pencil, so I'm just going to leave it. And a little bit of dark right there. A little bit here, a little bit here. And a little bit there. I'm going to kind of go with a harder pressure here. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I really don't. You guys are all so cool, and I appreciate every single one of you being here. And I just don't want to have that stuff in my stream. I've been like a group moderator for real life groups. I've been for all kinds of groups, and there's this thing called group dynamics that happens whenever you have a big group of people interacting, and it comes with the territory. And I've gotten so used to it that I just handle it. So no biggie. No biggie. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over with my medium-ish red, the Scarlet Lake PC1. Oh, for crying out loud. PC923. And crying out loud was not my first choice of words. Potty mouth. But I know YouTube frowns on that, so being a potty mouth. So I try not to. I think it, but I don't say it. So I really want to get this nice and red. And go back here. And I'm not going to color over the darkest part because I kind of want that to stand out a bit. So I'm going to go over with kind of a medium pressure close to the darkest part. Oh, thanks, Meredith. I like it that you think everyone is cool in the stream. That's cool. That is neat. I like that. Okay, so we're going to go. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the lines that the artist has already put down in here because it just makes sense to me. But I'm going to go back and forth over those because I don't want it to look like lines, of course. I want it to look smooth and unbroken. Good coverage. That's what I want. So and I was thinking, you guys, I don't know, I thought I'd ask you. I just have like the CD player that only plays one at a time. It'll repeat, but I don't want to have to get up and change it. So I don't know how you guys would feel about that, like me playing a CD. And I don't see any copyright. I don't see any copyright problems. I mean, I bought the CD, and if I just leave a disclaimer in the description about that I'm playing this music, I don't see that there would be a problem. Would you guys be okay with that? Of course, I would pick the music. If anybody has a real problem with it, I could take it off, but I can pick the music. And I like everything from like Beethoven to tool to, I don't know. Oh gosh, what's that German band? I keep forgetting the name. Anyway, so it could be literally, I could be playing anything. I mean, I like classical music. I like old classic rock, new rock, all kinds of stuff. I even like a little bit of opera, things like that, musicals. And Sarah Brightman. Do you guys know who Sarah Brightman is? Oh, wow, talk about a voice. Woo! She is so talented. Oh, Shannon, your first grayscale? Oh, cool, Rebel. Yeah, I like all kinds of different music. I used to play big band for my kids to wake them up in the morning. My youngest loved it. My oldest was like, "What the heck is this?" Okay. So, Shannon, what picture is it? Would we know what picture? Hi, Beth Turner. Good to see you. We're just coloring our ZAN VON ZED picture that we started a couple weeks ago. Almost done with this red for her dress. I think I'm going to darken that up just a little bit more down here. And sometimes I like using the side of the pencil like this because A, it's short, but B, because it puts more of the lead of the core against the page. And if I'm doing a layer, it's a little bit faster, and it doesn't have to, if I'm doing a layer of red on red as I am now, it's not going to show the edge very well, if at all. So it's kind of, I had a college professor tell me not to hold my pencil like that because I was shading with my 2B pencil like this. And he says, don't hold your pencil like that. It's bad. I looked at him because I was like, why? How is that bad? And I didn't want to question him because he was the teacher, and I was raised not to question authority too awfully much. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, oh, I'm drawing my picture, not your picture. You know what I mean? Anyway, don't let somebody tell you not to hold your pencil a certain way. Darn it. Hold your pencil any way that gets the job done the way that you want it done. Just like, don't let anybody tell you that color is the wrong color to use. Use it. You like it, use it. Oops. There, I have a brush. I do, see? Okay. What do you guys think? Does it need more pigment? Oh, man. You guys still with me? I just got a notice that said the connection was unstable, so. Okay, cool. Hi, Shanna. Thank you. Momentary buffer, but it stopped. Okay, Meredith, thank you. Okay, cool. Thanks, Pat. All righty. I'm just going to go over this just a little bit more. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Okay, well, before I do the little thingies on her dress, I thought I'd do the hair first. So, okay, yeah, I know everybody's been having so much trouble with YouTube lately. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when doing hair, if you'll notice, this picture's hair doesn't have all those lines that a lot of pictures have, like especially a Hannah Carlson, where she's got all kinds of lines leading down and showing the oh, hey, Zombie Warrior. That's a heck of a handle there. Name. Kind of like it. I like the zombie shows. So, oh, did I tell you I was kind of a creepy girl? Yeah. Anyway, this one does not have those lines, and I like that on this picture. I don't mind it on other, if it has lines on other pictures, but I kind of like the idea of putting in my own stuff. So our light is coming from over here, coming down. So we're going to put in our highlights and shadows and everything accordingly. Okay. And what I've picked is, uh-oh, I think I missed a color. What is this? That is white. That is not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm throwing pencils around. Anyway. So for my lightest, let's see. I think I'm going to use, yeah, I think I'll use beige. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to move my chair up a little bit. Get serious now. Okay, so what we've got is we want to make sure that we're coloring according to where the light is coming. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and you may not be able to see this on the camera, and I wish it would stop doing that unfocusy thing. That's just bugging me. Really want to pay attention to where the highlights are going to be. Now there is a little bit of the shadow in here. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. She's got a little bit of shadow. Back here, she's got a little bit of, and then under here, of course, there's a bunch under here because it's on the other side of her face. But this here and this here, these are all over here. These are the ones that are going to be, I want to say in our way, in the way, because they may not, it may not be a logical place for them according to where I want to put mine. But I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I want her hair to look really shiny, and it's going to be brown. So for the lightest highlight, I have beige, because when, I don't know, I used to look at my sister's hair. She's had brown hair all her life, but I used to look at her hair when we were in the sunlight, when we were little kids, and I could see rainbows of color in her hair. She had, I mean, blue and purple and orange and yellow and pink and everything shining out from her hair. And people who have really, really black hair, you can see blue shining out. Of course, it's reflecting the light from the sky too, but you can see blue and all kinds of other colors shining out if you're really close up. If you're not close up, you're not going to see all of those colors. But if you want to put like a tiny base layer of some colors that will help and shadows, then you know, go for it. Whatever, I can read that, was hidden. Okay, cool. Thank you, Pat. Are they being mean? You know what, Rebel? Brown hair is hardest for me too. Blonde hair isn't that bad, and red and black hair are super easy for me. But brown hair, I don't color brown hair very often. I love the way red hair looks, so I tend to color red hair a lot. But we're going to do this. You can tell I'm hesitating, right? Okay, so her head, and we're going to just go. And you don't want the highlights to be all in one solid band because the hair isn't laying flat. I mean, it's going to be, if you want it to look alive, you need to kind of go kind of like this. And yeah, it's in the same general area, but you really, really want to make sure that you're putting it in places where it's going to make sense and it's going to look good too. So let's see. This is going to be down here too. And again, this is beige, PC997 for the highlights. And this little part right here, this is on the other side of her part. That's going to have a highlight as well. And because it's such a narrow band, we're just going to put in some color there and worry about the details on the how to frame that highlight with a darker color later on. Not too much later because, of course, you know, I only have 2 hours. But hey, that's okay. I've been thinking about impromptu late evening streams too, because what am I doing here in the evening after everybody stops streaming? I'm sitting here coloring. And so I've been thinking about where there's a spot where there is nobody streaming that I know. Maybe I could just, like, you know, nobody on our schedule anyway. Maybe I could just like do an impromptu and just like try using instead of using oranges, use henna and terracotta and then darker browns too with a red cast to them, because that will tone down the orange. Okay, this little part right here, I think I'm just going to leave that. Let's see. Little highlight there where it might be catching. And yeah, I got some of the distress ink here, but it's not going to matter because it's going to be brown anyway. And she's got some, this is going to probably be catching sunlight right here. Not a whole lot. Oh, my cat's out. You might hear her big fat mouth. She's the loudest cat I've ever heard. 3 a.m. Oh my God, walking through the house. She's so weird. She'll meow really loud twice. And if I don't say something to her, she goes away. If I say, Celine, stop, she talks to me. It's like, oh, you are awake. Welcome back, Cora Beth. Hi, Lisa Welch. Am I saying it right? Thank you, Laura. When did you sneak in? You did it again. Oh my God, Laura, you guys were so stinking funny this morning. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever heard somebody laugh so hard as you were this morning. That just, it had me rolling. Okay, let's see. My next lightest color. We're going to go down the ladder, like with Claire says, down the ladder. This is light umber, PC 941. And I'm just going to put like a really, and thank you, Laura, for saying that. I'm really trying. I'm trying to stay in frame too, which is proving more difficult than actually coloring this picture. Hi, Mark. There's my husband. Oh, God. I on purposely didn't mention that. So we're going to put this next lightest color on the outside of where that highlight is. And you probably can't see where that highlight is on camera because it's cream, it's beige, it's super duper light, and my paper is toned light gray, so it's going to be practically invisible to you guys. But we're going to do this, and we want to just put this light umber just right on the outside of that hair highlight, and then come down here to this and put a little bit. We don't want it to be straight. We want it to be kind of jagged on the edge because the light's going to be shining off. Okay, now I don't know if you guys can see how I've got that. Can you see that now? I know it's very, very light. It will become more obvious as we go. But I'm doing a really light layer, light layer. One of my favorite things to do hair in graphite. Graphite's really fun to do hair with because, I mean, you got color with colored pencils, and then with graphite, you've got like, oh Oh, hey, Nika. And did I say? Oh, thanks, you guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Aw. But anyway, in graphite, you've got 10,000 different shades of gray. And please don't take that the wrong way. It really is. It's from black to almost invisible, pale. And it's one of the things that when I learned how to do it, I was just like, oh, that looks so cool. Because, I mean, it's all from a one color of lead. It's just lead. It's graphite. Now this, when I started coloring with colored pencils, I was just like, oh man. And it's not like I don't know my colors and you know what goes with what or can't figure it out or whatever, but I didn't have the confidence to go in and go, I'm going to color it this color because I know that's going to look good. And I still do a swatch sheet. That's what this is over here. I have a swatch sheet that I always have beside me that I use to test my colors when I'm putting them down, because even though I've swatched all my pencils, I still want to see what they look like side by side when I'm actually putting the color down on a page. So let's just put this. This is going to be a little. I can't even see what's going on here because of that distress ink, but that's okay. I'll wing it. Thank you, Meredith. Aw, and thank you, Beth Ann. Yep, 29 years young forever. That's right, darn it. And that wasn't my first choice of words. And down here, I'll make it kind of jaggedy. And here. And layer, 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 because we don't want to put it too heavily down at first, too heavily at first. It's just not a good idea. This down here is going to be shaded really dark. See where that shadow is? And then there's this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this lightest dark color there. And this down here is going to be kind of shaded here. Yep. And that looks like I colored over some hair here, so with red. But that's okay because her skin has a little bit of a red cast to it, so it's going to reflect off of her hair just a bit. So that's okay. Don't forget about all them reflections and stuff. They're important. And I know, you know, sometimes it seems like a pain in the drain, but if you want your pictures to look really good, do it. I think I need to put another highlight in right about here. So my husband just left to go get my birthday cake. Yeah, I'm diabetic and I'm going to have a birthday cake because you know what? It's only my birthday once a year. And I'm addicted to, I don't know if you guys have Safeway back there, but I used to decorate cakes at a Safeway. In fact, the Safeway here in Apache Junction, where we live now, I used to decorate cakes there years and years ago. You will still, Beth, you will still accept presents? That's good to know. You stopped at 19. Oh, yay. Great. Oh, you got it. You know what? If we're still on when he comes back, I'll have him bring the cake over so you guys can see it. It's just a little one layer itty bitty cake, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. I am going to add a little bit of sienna brown, and my lead I think is coming out of this pencil, so I think I'm going to grab another sienna brown if I have it. If I don't, I'm going to go to my extras. Hey, look, sienna brown. I have it, but it's not sharpened. Yeah, every time I have a birthday, I'm just like, I'm not on. Usually I'm just like, whatever. But I don't know. I'm happy that I'm able to have another birthday this year. With all the stuff that has hit me in the last year and a half, I'm just like, I'm still here, dang it. I'm still kicking. So this is a Sienna Brown PC945, PC945, and it's a little bit reddish, but I kind of wanted to use it because of the reddish that is often included in browns. I don't want to make her hair look auburn, so I'm just going to put like this little bitty layer, and it's going to overlap the layer that's already down. My dog is whining. If you hear that, I'm sorry. But it's going to overlap what color was that? Light umber a little bit. And I'm just going to make it really, really light, just so there's like a tiny red cast there. Bring a little bit once in a while over the really light color, and that would be beige. My highlight color, a little bit here and there, not a lot, because I don't want to make it real prominent. That's the word I'm looking for. So there's that. And this down here is going to obviously have a little bit more darker shading. This down here looks like your hair is kind of overlapping, doesn't it? That's kind of cool. So there's going to be like a little break right there. And we're just going to keep overlapping stuff. And then we'll come back in with another layer that's darker. Now the dog's whining again. Every time Mark leaves, the dog has a fit. He just sits there and whines and whines. He was my dog. Now he's not my dog anymore. And we think he's going blind and deaf because he can't hear. We tell him to do something, and it's like we're not speaking. So pretty sure he's going deaf. He is 13. He's getting up there in age. We're all old in this house. A little bit of red, a little bit of shadow. Let's see, a little bit here, up over the shoulder. I think I might lighten that up right there a little bit. Jack! Jack! Yeah, he doesn't want me. See, he doesn't want me. Just wants the daddy. Oh my God. Somebody else is sick? Oh man. Hey, Judy. Good to see ya. Glad you're here. A little bit here. Bring that down a bit here. And I think I already did this part, but I'm going to add a little bit more over here. Okay, now my darkest is not the color. My darkest is going to be black, but that's going to be like for the middle of the darkest part. So the darkest brown that I'm using is dark umber PC947. That's dark umber. And I'm using the umber because I used the umber before the light umber. So it kind of made sense to me to go ahead and use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overlap that red, and then kind of make these meet in the middle. See, there's a dark spot here and a dark spot here. I'm just going to make it meet in the middle. And I'm going to do that with all of them. Up here at the top, it's going to be darker as it goes down along that curve where the part of the hair is. And then I'm going to bring it like the little jagged edge that we were talking about before. I'm going to bring it down a little bit like that. And it's okay if you still got paper showing through, the white of the paper showing through, because the The layers are going to fix that. A little more darker place right here. Still going really light because we don't want to darken it up totally yet. But we want to make sure that we know where it's going to go. Yeah. And I'm going to just put a little bit of this darker stuff way. No kidding, Beth, huh? Beth Turner. Yeah. He may have selective hearing. I don't know. Although I can tell you that he doesn't bark at fireworks anymore, and he doesn't hear half the time when we come in from shopping. He'll just keep sleeping because he doesn't hear us. So he used to be really, really weird about fireworks. He was terrified of them, so he would bark and run up and down the fence and you know, just do all of that crazy dog stuff, agitated stuff. And he'll do that once in a great while now. It used to be constant while there were fireworks going off. Or he would, while he's in the house, he'd bark and bark and bark. And then, you know, when the fireworks stopped, he'd stop. So we knew it was because of the fireworks. But now he doesn't even hear them. Uh-oh, somebody is fighting with autocorrect again. Gonna go down in that darker part. There's some shade here. I want that darker. I'm still not using really heavy pressure. Let's get rid of that white spot right there. Make that jagged edge go up down here. Kind of want it to look soft. Yet still have, you know, definite shadows and separations in the hair where the shade shadows are. Oh my God. Tongue-tied all of a sudden. Okay, autocorrect. Yep. What weight cardstock? Oh gosh, you know what, Mousy? I have no clue. It's just regular old cardstock I got at Walmart. It's just toned. It was in a pack. There was brown and gray and dark, like this color. Let's see. This brown color, almost like a paper shopping bag. And I believe there was some light blue, but there was also some like shiny. No, that was a different pack. Got some shiny paper too. So yeah, it was just regular old cardstock. Hammer mill, I think. I don't know. But I just, that's what I've been using. I don't like it for everything, and I have different paper for different stuff. But for this is okay. This is for tutorials and colorings like this. It's fine for me. You know, the pigment goes on smooth. It doesn't take as many layers as, say, actual colored pencil paper, which is designed to take a lot of layers. because you want to be able to cover up the paper with the pigment. So, yeah, if you want to do a serious colored pencil drawing, I don't recommend this stuff. I recommend getting, like if you want to frame it, I recommend getting something a little more expensive, unfortunately, but also better. I need a point on this pencil. Let me move this over here. Oh, that's good. That's a really good point. There we go. So I'm going to go in there with that little point. And again, I'm just going to follow some of the lines that the artist has already put in there because it makes sense to me. It'll make it look smoother that way. And then this is actually a really dark shadow right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a darker brown in there because this isn't the darkest color that I'm going to use, although I may not do black inside of here. If I want to, I still can. So this shadow isn't going to be quite as dark. Here we go. Except for right there. There. That doesn't look so bad. It's coming along. Oh, Nika. I'm sorry. It's always hard to lose pets. Oh. Okay, Judy, that's fine. You can lurk. Lurkers welcome. Oh no, Beth lost a kitty cat too, or a pet? Jeez. Oh, what is going on, man? We thought we were going to lose our dog like a month ago. We live in Arizona, and we have these toads that come out. They only come out like for a week out of the year. They live under the ground, and they kind of hibernate all the time. What are they, like Colorado River toads or something like that? But they're toxic. Okay, Ellen. Thank you. Thank you for being here so much. I appreciate it. Have a good dinner. So, if your dog bites one of these toads, they will die. I mean, they're poisonous. They're lethal. And my dog, he bites everything. He wants to eat everything. Everything, I swear. We have a hard time getting him to not pick up, I don't know, everything with his mouth. It's like a 2-year-old. Anyway, or worse, because, you know, he's a dog and doesn't understand English. Well, not really. Anyway, we found the toad. My husband found the toad when he took the dog out to go potty. And it was in the corner of the yard where the dog couldn't get it. And that was okay. So I took some pictures of it, and I have some pictures. I think I put them on Facebook. I told him, you know, you're going to have to take him for the next few days. You're going to have to take the dog outside on his harness and leash because he's going to try to eat that frog, that toad, if he sees it. And Mark says, you're right. Okay. Well, of course, I guess it just didn't sink in all the way about how, you know, dangerous it was. And the next day, Mark took the dog out and the dog bit the frog. Well, Jack, our dog, started frothing at the mouth, and Mark brought him in and got rid of the toad. He threw it out in the alley. It probably didn't hurt the toad at all, but he put it out in the alley, and Jack had a seizure and fell over, and I was freaking out because at this point, Mark was already on the phone with the vet, and he's like, what do we do? And the vet's like, well, what is the dog acting like? Is the dog okay? And I said, he just had a seizure and fell down. So he tells the vet, he just had a seizure and fell down. And the vet's like, oh, you need to bring him in right now. So Mark gets this blanket and he wraps Jack up and he picks him up and he's going out the door with him. And Jack is like totally stoned. I mean, totally. He's looking, I swear, he's looking off into space and his pupils were humongous. So I went, wait, Mark, wait. And he stops. And I went and looked in the dog's face and I'm like looking at him and he didn't even see me. It was really, it was funny, but it was sad. So anyway, he's alive. He lived. He actually didn't get enough poison in his mouth to kill him, which was a miracle, but okay. Scary nonetheless. So I'm going to go back to my light umber PC941 and I'm just going to go back over these layers right here leading into the highlights. And yeah, I'm going to redo the highlights, but I want to sharpen my pencil. I want to make these brown colors more prominent because I want the hair to look brown, not blonde. So yeah, Nika, it was really scary. And the vet didn't even charge us that much for it, you know, for seeing him. We were all prepared that we were going to have to get charged like, you know, thousands of dollars and that he would probably, I didn't think he was going to make it to the vet, that he would probably die anyway because those toads are so lethal. But he made it. That dog's, he's been through a lot. He's eaten things that you'd think would kill him, like whole baby birds. In fact, one day he ate a bird that wasn't such a baby. He just swallowed the dang thing whole. And I know what feathers do, you know, pin feathers and stuff, like they can poke through the intestines and stuff inside and really cause a lot of problems. Apparently, dogs have really efficient digestive systems because he's still alive. But yeah, he's eaten like a lot of weird and disturbing things. And I can't stop him. He's a Jack Russell Terrier. He's super fast. Even though he's 13 years old, he is super, super fast. So yeah, there's my dog story for today. Yeah, anyway. So I'm going to go over this all. And I'm going to put a little bit more pressure down there. And I'm going to bring the color out a bit more too, because like I said, I don't want it to look like it's blonde. I want it to look like a highlight of brown. So I'm going to do this here. Make it a little darker. Oh gosh, he sounds so pathetic. Oh my goodness. Jack. And also bringing this out like this, going over part of the highlight, it makes this color look a little bit lighter. So it kind of leads into that highlight really well. So it's all working together. Another thing that I do, and I don't know if you guys do this, and I know people talk about it, when you're coloring with your, oops, I have a brush, it's right there. When you're coloring, a really good practice to get into is to turn your pencil as you're coloring, because that will help keep a sharper point on your tip. And it's just, unless you don't want a sharp tip. Like if you're coloring something that you want to look really soft and fuzzy, you probably don't want a really sharp tip. But for this, I do. So if you rotate your pencil while you're coloring, it helps keep a sharper point, a sharper angle on that tip. So yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? I was asking you guys if you guys wanted Pat, yep, he's kind of a super dog. He's crazy. But yeah, I was asking you guys earlier, you guys feel like maybe putting some music on? That's why I was talking about Emily, because she puts music on her stream. And it's really kind of nice because then when I don't have something to say for a few seconds, there isn't dead silence. But I was wondering if you guys felt like that would be something that you would like. Maybe playing some music, nothing really outrageous. Joey, are you asking me if did I look up what to do if that happens again, or are you asking somebody else something? That needs to be darker right there because it's a curve. The hair is coming back up. So whenever the hair goes flat, just like when you get to the edge of something, it's going to look darker. Yes, you. Look up what to do if it happens again. The dog, if he bites, it'll just be it'll have to be the same thing. It'll have to be flying by the seat of our pants because that's okay, Joey. I kind of got it. Okay, Rebel, I see that. Yep, music. Gotcha. Thanks. So, Joey, there's really no way to prepare. If the only thing that we can do is put him on a harness and kind of walk him in the backyard because there's really nothing else that we can do. We can't. He's so fast, we can't stop him. And if he actually gets a lot of the toxin in his mouth, there's nothing they can do for him. So it's just, we got to hope he doesn't find one again. And that's pretty much the bottom line, unfortunately. Okay, Beth Turner, music would be lovely. Just make sure it is okay with YouTube. Otherwise, they will delete it. Oh. Okay, I can do that. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Whiny puppy. Jack, my goodness. Stop. Holy moly. He wants his dad. Okay, and we're going to go back in with the sienna brown again. Darken this up with a little bit of a reddish hue. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Didn't go far. Oh, you guys are getting that glare, that light. Let's see, what can I do about that? I need to get one of them non-reflective mats. I'm just getting one thing at a time here. A little bit of reddish, a little bit of reddish. Kind of scribbling it in a little bit here and there. Let's put some back here too, because it just makes sense that there'd be a little bit of a reddish tint in that here too. And that's got to be a lot darker there. So there's that. And there. Let's go a little bit darker here. One of the things I love about this artist's illustrations is the hair. There's always like this long hair, and a lot of the time it's like really curly and wavy and wild. It looks great. At least I think it looks great. Okay, so, and now we're going to go back with the next darkest color, which is Dark Umber PC947. And I'm going to really be using this a little darker, a little more pressure, because I want to put those darker shadows in there now. Oh, the Hubs is home. Oops, well, that was stupid. There we go, fixed it. And I think I'm just going to use a little bit of black as we go, just a little. Not a whole lot, because really the black is just, it's like a base shadow. There's really no black in nature unless somebody turns out all the lights. I think he's having trouble getting in the door, probably because he has a cake in one hand. It shouldn't be that difficult. Hi. And we're going to put a little bit of the light umber on this edge here. Bring that. There we go. I told them I would show them the cake. Oh. And I told them I would. You guys want to see the cake? Yeah, Pat. He's like, bring back my dad. Telling you, man, he's a traitor. I had him when he was 6. I had him from the time he was 6 weeks old. Now he just wants Mark. Okay, I'm going to make this a little darker here too. So you can see what we're doing with the hair there. It's coming along. It's got highlights and shadows. So we've got, you can see how it's, and I didn't need to have a bunch of lines put in it and stuff like that. So I think there are times when I like the freedom of not having a map, a guideline to go by. So I really want to darken this up a bit in here. Turning my pencil to give it a little bit of a better dark line. Oh, that's so pretty. Well, bring it over. Oh, you ready? Okay. I didn't want to interrupt. You're not interrupting? I don't know if there's going to be a glare. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, if we need to, we can take the lid off.
Isn't this gorgeous?
It's kind of glare.
Look at that, all those yellow flowers. That's my cake. It's so pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. I love the yellow. I don't like my frosting to be red or blue or anything because it stains your mouth really bad. Yeah. So we're going to keep going. And I'm going to put in some of the black, just like a layer. Nice. Not a lot of pressure. Just a nice light layer of the black right in the center of that. And up here where the light highlight isn't shining up here. I can see I need to add a little bit more of that dark brown up there too. And then I'm going to do that in the center of this dark spot. just in the center real lightly. And then this one's going to get a little bit more because the hair is kind of folding outward. Like that. A little bit in there. Let's do a little bit in here. I'm using a little heavier pressure too in here because I need to make it look really dark. The contrast is really important. Like this. And then at the very end, I'm still going to come back with a bluish, dark blue, probably an indigo. And I'm going to put in some shadows, just some really few significant shadows that are going to help it look. The deeper your shadows, the lighter your highlights are going to look. And that's what I want. I want to be able to. Oh, for heaven's sake, can you turn that down?
I'm trying.
Okay. He's listening to me on his phone. It just spins my wheels. I hear myself talking, and I'm saying what I just said because of the delay. It's like 2 seconds or something. Anyway, it just freaks me out. So like this. And this needs a little bit more dark here. And don't be afraid to play with it, you know? I mean, if you're doing some hair and you're not sure how it's going to look, you know, especially if you've got a PDF, you can throw it away. You don't have to show anybody. You want to play with it. How else can you figure out how stuff works if you don't play, right? Isn't that what Laura's always saying? You need to play with it, you know, find out what your tools are capable of. It's like watercolor. Some people are really terrified of getting into the watercolor thing because they're intimidated by it. And I know I was for the longest time, but in fact, when I was oil painting, I was just like, I don't do watercolors. But yeah, so when I started doing watercolors, because I had to change, I couldn't do oil painting anymore because of the chemicals and stuff. But when I started doing them, I didn't realize how wonderfully freeing it is, I guess you could say, because a lot of watercolor is, and May, you probably are very well versed on this. A lot of the watercolor is you got to let that watercolor do what it's going to do. You know, it's not all about making it do like oil paints, making it do what you want it to do. It's about letting that watercolor and being okay with that watercolor doing whatever it's going to do, because it's just like that. I mean, it's crazy what sometimes it'll do things. And oh my gosh, the paper that you use is so important. And in fact, I heard that the water is even important. Like if you use filtered water, RO water, such as that, then it's going to have an impact on how your watercolors behave. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But you've got to be willing to let it, you know, to let it do that. I'm going to make that a little bit redder right there because it's a little thin strand, and I want it to look like there's some light shining through. Yeah, it looks kind of messy right now. That one. And black down in that little corner. Yep, that looks pretty cool. Okay, well, her hair looks pretty neat. I'm just going to darken this up right here a bit. Don't want it to go too dark though. Let's bring some of that red out. And brown. And some of the light umber down here. So it's going to look almost like we're getting rid of those details, but there aren't going to be a lot of details in that shadow where you can't see it. If there's not a light shining on something, the details get lost. That's just the way things work. So, yeah, we got that. Let's get the dark umber. Get the end of that one. Okay. Well, what do you think? Does it look okay? Yeah, Pat, I hadn't heard that either. I watch Jerry's Live, Jerry's Artorama. They have a Jerry's Live page, and they do on Tuesdays. Yes, it overlaps mine, but you can always watch it back. They always do every once a week. They do a show where they will give you tips and stuff. But it's awesome. That's where I heard that. And they didn't do a test on it, but they did throw it out there. So who knows? I mean, maybe it does make a difference. I could tell you the paper makes a difference. Big, huge difference. Okay, so what do you guys think about the hair? Does the hair look okay? Let's see. Yes, it does. Looks great. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Mousy. Oh, thanks, Joey. More than okay. Thank you. Okay, so now that the hair is pretty much done, I wanted to go through and do the little dot things. And I have a wink of Stella, but I don't want to use it simply because I've found that as it dries, the glitter falls off. And that's okay most of the time. I just don't want to deal with it right now. I have these. This is I don't know if you guys can see that. Link Shine glitter gel pen. Here, maybe you could read that better. Link, and I got these on Amazon. They were super inexpensive, which was great for me. I can't remember how much they were, and I've had them for a while, but they're really great. I mean, for an inexpensive pen, yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of go circle, and these make great glitter dots. I don't know if I can. Let me see. See that? There you go. You can kind of see a shine coming through. Yeah. They make great glitter dots. Okay, focus, focus, focus. We good? Is it blurry? Looks okay. All right. Yeah, you know, experiment with it and try it and see what happens. So I'm not going to put as many dots up here under her hair because it's not going to be reflecting a whole lot of light. But as we go down, I'm going to put more bigger ones and closer together. So it looks like there's more light shining and all of that. So yeah, it's going to look kind of cool. And I'm just doing little dots, dot, dot, dot. This is going to take a while. So I may not finish this whole dotty thing right now because I really just wanted to get done with the picture. But Looks kind of neat. I'm trying to follow the rows, but the rows weren't set down really evenly, so I'm doing kind of my best here. Okay. Wow. Glittery. So you can see the super shiny stuff. Doo. Yay. So that's what that's all going to look like with the glitter dots. Oh, man, that looks kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Well, thank you, Shannon. And Diane. Thank you very much. I have fun doing hair. I really love it. And fabric. Well, and skin. And eyes. Eyes are fun too. In fact, I'm just going to do this little bit here, and then I'm going to start on the eyes, because I kind of wanted to show you guys, you know, how I do eyes. And well, this is a good opportunity because we're here and they're there. Okay. All right. So eyes. So we've got, I think I'm going to make her have green eyes. So we'll do green eyes. One of the things that I learned in art classes was about eyes. I mean, we did like all day on eyes. And in an art class in college, that's like 2.5 hours. But it's not just about eyes, it's about reflections, and it's about solid versus liquid and all of that. I'm going to do a tutorial in graphite on how to draw eyes, but a little secret. Let me get my colors here. I did not pick my eye color. I apologize. Let's see, what's a good color? Kelly green is a good color, I think. Let me see. Let me swatch. Yeah, it's a little dark. That's a little dark too. Let's see here. About lime peel. I love lime peel. It is an awesome color. Ooh, that's stunning. That can be our, yes, that can be our part of our eye color. And we're just going to go for shockingly green then. What is this? Grass green. Let me go get my old grass green out. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So what I have is I have grass green, which is PC 909, and I have lime peel, which is PC 1005. Now, the reason why I picked these two is because, yeah, you want to highlight in your eye, but what a lot of people don't realize is that the highlight in an eye is caused by reflection from the inside of the eye. That is what's going on. So when you've got, now most of her eye is going to be, according to where I put my light source, most of her eye is going to be shaded. So it's a little more difficult. It's not as straightforward as putting in, you know, an eye with a little white gel pen highlight. So, hey, Nick and Tina, how are you doing? I bet you didn't get a... Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is we need to draw in a pupil. And I have this little doohickey here, this gizmo. Oh, he's barking. And I want my black pen. And this one will work right here. Let's see, pretty sure. Yep. And this is a Sakura Pigma Micron 05. And I like these because they are archival ink. It says micropigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof fine lines. So they're quality tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a pupil, because if you can see her face, her eyes don't really have pupils, and I want her to have one. Well, two, actually. So that's what we're going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick one of these. That's the right size. And I like, you know what? I'd rather use a clear one. And I don't have my clear small one in here, which is kind of a bummer too, because maybe I'll just wing it. So looking, where are her pupils going to be? It's really hard to draw with this because I can't see the rest of the eye. I can't see through this to make, sure that I'm getting it in the right place. So that's out of it. It's not going to get used today. Anyway, so okay, when you're drawing your eye, when you're drawing your pupil, and I'm going to give her kind of big pupils. Some of the pupil is going to be hidden under the eyelid, unless you're like scared or shocked or something and your eyes wide open. And that's a really good way to indicate emotion, is how much of the pupil is showing. And that might be a really useful tip. But we're going to go try to get these the same size and shape. We don't want any ovals. And I might just mess this up real good, but it's a little bit too oval right there. She looks very sleepy, but there you have it. Pupils. And yes, I covered up the highlights that are in her eye already, but that's okay. It will still work because we have pencils. Okay, so what we're going to do now is sharpen this pencil. Okay. And I'm going to just go over really lightly over the whole thing. And because our light is coming from over here somewhere, I'm just going to pick a place for the highlight, because it's going to be ambient light coming from all over the place. And the artist has left us all kinds of little lines in here, and it's weird. You know what? Where's my pencil? Pen. 0.05. There it is. I'm going to go. I'm just going to do like a dotted line where the iris goes, so it's not real overstated. And if it's not dry yet, I can do a little bit of smudging. Okay, so I'm going to go through here and I'm going to color this all with the highlight color, my really bright green. So then I'm going to sharpen that pencil because I need a really fine point on it. Okay. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color in darker green on the rest of the eye. And I could have used a darker green even than this, but this is easier to see. So I'm going to leave this little spot here light, and I'm going to color in the rest dark. And I'll bring this up to the camera so you guys can see better. Okay. So yeah, she looks really freaky now. So we've got dark green back here and a light green highlight right here. And the reason why is because when light is shining into the eye, it reflects off of the back of the eye and bounces back out. And if you have a mirror in the sun, you can take that mirror in the sun and you can reflect light anywhere, you know, by turning your hand and stuff. Also, if you have like a curved dish, you can, like a curved metal dish that's really shiny, something that just is concave, you can put that in the sun and you can put, you know, shine the reflection on the wall and you can gauge. It's actually a really good testing tool. You can gauge where the light would come out of a circular object by using that, you know, just testing it on the wall. So remember that when you're doing the eyes, you're not just painting in a white highlight. What you're painting in is a reflection from the inside of the eye. So we've got that, her glowing green eyes. She's really freaky looking. Okay. And I'm going to get out my indigo blue. And this is almost as old as the barrels. It's a Sanford. It's not a Prismacolor Premier. Anyway, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go under the eyelid and I'm going to make just a very light line using very light pressure and make a shadow right there, because when you have your eye, there's always a shadow cast by your upper eyelid. Bedroom eyes, Joey. I know, huh? Betty Davis eyes, sexy. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. So anyway, we want to kind of get that in there, and we want to do that now because, well, it just makes sense. I am going to put in a little white highlight, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm also going to, since I have my indigo, I'm going to go around and I'm going to put just a really light blue, a light pressure of this blue indigo, a shadow back inside of here, because all of our ambient light is blue. There's going to be blue. The sky is going to be blue. So there's going to be blue light bouncing all over the place. Maybe a little here, and it just takes a little bit, and it'll deepen up those shadows just a tiny bit, just enough that they look really great. Make a little bit of a, darken her nostril a little bit. A little bit of a shadow there. Real light pressure though, because we don't want it to look blue. We want it to look flesh colored still. Her lips are going to have like right along that shadow line right there and a little bit up. The upper lip is going to be darker because the light is coming from the top. The upper lip is going to be darker. And then this shadow down underneath the lower lip is going to be darker because that's where the shades are, the shadows are. Another thing that we can do to make this look spectacular is put in a little bit of dark blue shading underneath these roof eaves. Just a little bit of a line right there. And it's gonna help it look, cohesive, blended, like it makes sense according to shadow and light. So just a little bit there. And you may not see this consciously with your eyes, but your brain knows it's there. So yeah, we're going to do that. A little bit of dark blue right there. So just go through and touch up a little bit of dark blue in all of the really, really dark shaded places. A little bit under there. And let's put a little bit under there. Just a smidge. A little bit under here. Yep. And there's going to be a little bit under here. Just a little, because really you don't want to make her skin look blue. You want to make it look shady. Shady. A little bit here. And you really need a sharp pencil for this because you don't want it to be, you know, you don't want a really broad line. And we're talking relatively broad. We're not talking about, you know, broad. We're talking about a fine point pencil point line as opposed to a dull pencil line. Actually, shadow, because there really are no lines in art. It's all shadows. So we've got this going on. I've got this going on. Now the overall effect of putting in this blue is really awesome. I can see it. I mean, I'm putting it in, but I can see it. If you're, you know, you've been into art and you've been an artist for a while, it's just something that you know. So there's that. Going here, I'm going to put a little bit right there, little tiny bit. And if you get too much, you feel like you've got too much blue in there, you can go over it with your darkest brown, or you can go over it with another brown to mute it. And sometimes, you know, I screw up. I'm not perfect. Oh, goodness. You guys all still there? The chat stopped. That's why I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Light pressure. Oops. Sorry. Thanks, Pat. Hi, Joey. Thanks. What? Me. Okay. Now I'm going to go. Let's see. I think I'm going to do her lips real quick. Put these creams away. And put my line peel away. And my grass green. And for her lips, let's see. I think I'm going to do salmon. I want to do salmon. I think I'm going to not do salmon. Oh, you guys got a good shot of my eyeball there. Let's do blush pink. And what is this? This looks good. Nectar. We did use nectar in her skin, I believe, if I remember right. Okay, so obviously, when you look at them together, one is darker than the other. You know, I think they're too close in color. I think I'm going to keep the nectar, put the blush pink back, and go with a clay rose. Clay rose is amazing. It's a little purple. That's okay. So The nectar being the lighter of the two colors. I'm going to put that on her bottom lip. And I'm going to put a little bit of it on her top lip, but not a lot. Oops. And then I'm going to put the clay rose on her top lip. And I'm not leaving highlights because I'm going to go in there with my Prismacolor white. And I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. But let's see. Let me bring that up and show you guys. You can't really tell that I use two different colors because of the grayscale. But also, if you were looking at this picture and you didn't know how I had done it, it would make sense because the top lip is darker and the bottom lip is lighter. And that's if it's lit from above, that's how it's going to look. So it's essentially what I did was I colored it the way that I see it and not the way that it is. Because both, if you think about it, our lips they're both the same color. But when you're looking at them, they don't appear to be the same color. So there's that. Don't let, be adventurous. Don't be afraid to experiment with color. Especially where lips and eyes are concerned. Especially with a picture like this, because it's obviously not true to life, even though I like to try and make it more true to life. So yeah, but okay. Oh, and one other thing too, I wanted to bring in some of this dark brown. I'm going to sharpen this to a point because I am going to darken up this shadow just a little bit right there. And a little bit here on the corners because that's naturally going to have a darker. And my Prismacolor white is right here. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go along the bow right here at the top, and then I'm going to go along just a little bit of white right there on that part of it that's going to be catching the light because the light is coming from, it's technically coming from above, but it's also coming from all around. So we've got just a really subtle hint of highlight on her lip. You may not even be able to kind of see it from on camera, but it's there. And that's what you know, if you want it to look natural, let me put it that way. If you want it to look natural and not like she's wearing a lip product, lipstick, lip gloss, whatever, probably want it to look muted like that. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Vermeer's The Girl with the Pearl Earring. That picture of the girl with the pearl earring, she's got a really drastic bright highlight on her lip and on the pearl. And Vermeer did that on purpose. And I'm not sure that all of the stories about this picture are true, but fact remains that it looks really, really good like that. Doing that not only ties in the picture and it ties in her lips and the pearl earring, but it gives it kind of a sensual feel. And the rumors were that he was having an affair with this girl. So I don't know. And that the earrings were his wife's and he let this girl use them for the picture because the clothing she was dressed in did not indicate that she could afford those earrings. However, she was wearing them. Anyway, just a little bit of trivia. Not sure how true all that is, but Vermeer has always been one of my favorites. So, okay, so onward and upward. How long do we have? Oh, we only have 5 minutes. Oh gosh. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I am going to finish this off stream and I'll post it on my Instagram account. So we can move on to the other picture. next Tuesday. Sunday, we will be doing 1 and 2 point perspective. And I wanted to show you guys 1 and 2 point perspective. So when you add things to your coloring book pages, you can make them make sense size-wise in relation to each other. So see how she's in the foreground? You can see that she's in the foreground. It makes sense. Castle in the background, if she was standing right next to this castle, it would have to be like a dollhouse, but it's not. She is standing, for all intents and purposes, standing a distance away from the structure. So that structure is in perspective. It's a 1 point perspective. And I'll explain that on Sunday. You will need some paper. I don't care what kind of paper, scrappy paper, copy paper, lined notebook paper, for crying out loud. I really don't care. A couple of pencils, an eraser, a ruler, and plenty of room to work, because when we start doing perspectives, you're going to be like turning your paper and stuff like that, but we'll get into that, and it'll be fun. And if it's a repeat or a rehash, you already know perspective, I apologize. I just thought it would be a really great tool to, add a tool so you could learn to add stuff to your coloring book pages to make them look even more realistic if you wanted to do that. So, yeah. Okay. First of all, and last of all, thank you guys for being here. I so enjoy these. These are so fun for me. And I really like the fact that I can do this. I can show you guys how I color. I can give you little tips. It doesn't cost you a damn thing. That is my big deal. I don't like to charge people for stuff. So thank you for being here. And I thank you all for the thumbs up. Pass the word along if you can. I have decided that when I get to 400 subscriptions, 400, and it stays that way for 7 days, that's when I will do my giveaway. So we have a goal now, 400 subscribers for 7 days. Then we'll do the giveaway. And what I'm going to do is Mark is going to donate a leather pouch. I am going to give away a piece of jewelry, but you'll be able to pick from 3 different things. The winner will be able to pick from 3 different things. It is international, so don't worry about that. Anybody can join. Anybody can do that. I'm not going to advertise it. It's not going to be in the description of my videos. I'm not going to say, color and chat and giveaway on the title of my video. You guys are just going to have to keep your eyes open, because I want people who regularly, oh, for heaven's sake, and that was not my first choice of words, regularly come to my stream to have first choice of all of this stuff. So there you have it. You're welcome, Mousy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Pat, for being a mod. I appreciate it. Joey, Diane, Shannon, Rebel, everybody. I don't even remember who else here. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is super fun. I'm going to be uploading more videos aside from the live streams. I got stuff I can do for you that I can put into a little short video really easily. So there you have it. So keep your eye on my Instagram account for the finished job on this girl thing. And I will see you on Sunday. It has been fun. You guys take care of yourselves. Peace, love, and polychrome dreams. And remember, it's not about the destination. It's about our journey together. Take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.